Buenas and half a day. Congratulations to the December 2022 University of Guam graduating class. Congratulations to your families, friends, faculty, and staff. You've worked hard together and have demonstrated that you can and will prevail. It is quite an honor to be standing before you today, 22 years after I sat on those very seats to address a class with great courage, commitment, versatility, and strength. You are one of the first classes to face not only their challenges as students and the trials and tribulations that students need to overcome to successfully complete their requirements, but as human beings, members of a community trying to survive the world's most difficult time, the COVID pandemic. You have been forced to find ways to stay motivated, to learn in an environment that no other peers before you have had to, and to endure all the disappointments of expectations not met, as the pandemic carried beyond everyone's predictions. You are a part of history. And look at you now. Despite all of it, you are here today, ready to face what the world has to offer. When I was asked to be the speaker this year, I needed to reflect on my life and the messages that I wanted to convey. Who was I then and who am I now? Did I do what I set out to do? Did I reach out for the stars and persevere to be the person I am today? I, like many of you, did not have financial support growing up. Some of us relied on public health assistance to survive. I am the first to graduate with a bachelor's degree on my father's side. I used the benefits of financial aid with grants, loans, and scholarships to fund my education during my undergraduate years, and I am a recipient of the Professional and Technical Award from Guam. At the very young age of 12, my aspirations of becoming a physician was born after I had experienced the loss of my grandmother to illness. She was the love of my life, the matriarch of my family, and the end to the only life that I had known. I wasn't sure how I was going to become a doctor. I just knew that I wanted to. There were no mentors that I could follow or who could guide me. At the age of 13, I started working to help support myself and my family. I worked throughout high school and into my college years. One of my jobs was a research assistant for the Marine Lab. I loved getting on the boats, diving to observe and exchange coral, and preserving marine life was fascinating. I am a product of the late Dr. Lynn Rollerson. We spent countless, endless nights in the bio building as we worked hard to meet our academic demands and do our best to finish an exam not meant to be finished. My experience as a student at UOG with all the hardworking professors and staff have paved the first path of the mission of becoming a physician. In 2000, after successfully balancing my education and work, I graduated with my Bachelor of Arts in Biology. My best memories of UOG were Dr. Lynn Rollerson. What a lady. I just wanted to work hard to please her and felt smarter for it. All the faculty and staff with all the encouragement to keep on keeping on. My friends, we did it together. Met good, imanodzen. We finished strong. I became very good at Pisoy Dos and an even better pool player because it was what we bio kids would do as free time between our studying. And let's not forget Blue Night. We had the best times getting ready for Chamorro Week, building huts, and celebrating our culture. During the summer after graduation, I was accepted to the University of Virginia School of Medicine Minority Education Program. It was there that I met many people like me, students trying to get into medical school who came from disadvantaged backgrounds. I was inspired to work hard and do what I could to become a candidate for medical school. At the end of the program, I returned home, packed my belongings, and left to the farthest state I could live in, the DC metro area, to make it difficult for me to come home. Living with friends of friends, I started working as a waitress and eventually became a research assistant for the U.S. military HIV research program in Rockville, Maryland. I began taking courses at a community college to refresh my sciences so that I could prepare to take the MCAT. I moved to Hawaii almost 2 years later after accepting a lab manager position under the University of Hawaii. I used my free time to volunteer for any patient-related community efforts, from being a respite volunteer for patients who were in the Hawaii Hospice Program, to attending community outreach programs under the American Heart Association. In my other free time, I spent it with my family. I finally made it into medical school and went through my residency and my fellowship in Los Angeles, California, at the LA County University of Southern California Medical Center and Keck Hospital of USC. At completion in 2015, I hopped on a plane, more excited than ever, to finally return to Guam. Nothing felt better than to land on this little island and know I didn't have to leave again. The mission was accomplished. I am now the 2 subspecialists, a lung and critical care doctor that my grandma needed. And now the goal is to help my community move healthcare forward on Guam. I never imagined that I would want to do more than what I had already accomplished, which was becoming a physician and taking care of patients. But in 2020, without time to consider, without knowledge or experience, I was face down with something that could end not just my career, but my life, the lives of everyone I loved, and my community. We had no time. We moved like we never moved before. A lot of sleepless nights, endless reading, reinforcement from colleagues around the world, interagency collaboration. I took on many roles that I never thought were possible and prayed that there would be light at the end of this war with this invisible enemy that was taking people's lives everywhere. Guam's front line brought it. We relied on each other to move mountains for ourselves, our families, and our communities. We held the line. No one knew that they did not have limits. All the weaknesses of our systems revealed themselves in our most vulnerable time. But we did not give up. We refused to fail each other. We persevered together and we did our best. So to answer my question, I did do what I set out to do. It took a while to get there, but I eventually got there. I did have challenges in my course, but I got back up, I dusted myself off, and I continued to try. I didn't give up, as much as I wanted to at times. I held on, I cried, I dug deep, and with the support of my family and my friends, I kept going. I hope this life experience will encourage your decisions moving forward. In closing, these are my messages to you, the 2022 University of Guam Fanuchånan graduating class. Do not set limits for yourself, or you will never know your full potential. Impossible will exist if you do not make an effort. Live each day and make it count. Strive to be the best at what you do. Expect to fall, learn from it, and move on. Surround yourself with smart and positive people because they will influence you to want to excel. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. Do not allow anyone to tell you otherwise, and never give up. Your future is waiting for you. You are the future of this island. Mold it into your perfect. Si Zeus Ma'asi.